All rise.
Get it.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A moment to honor those in the military, first responders, and other public service to our country and community. No public comment. Any questions on the minutes from the July 27th special meeting? If no questions, if I could get a motion to approve them, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the July 27th.
Nicole made a motion. I need a second.
Okay.
Shelley, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any questions on the financials from July 21st through August 3rd?
I didn't.
If no questions, could I get a approval?
I make a motion to approve the accounts payable from July 21st to August 3rd in the amount of $125,824.76.
Sherry motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Nicole seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Rec director updates. Sorry, now you can
Hello.
start.
So I just got fall sports signups going on. Tonight's actually the regular registration deadline. And then it's a quick turnaround. Late registration ends August 7th because I have to have the teams in by this weekend. So that's all moved forward because basketball is going to be ending before Christmas this year. So we're not going to have any games in January. Our fall sports is kind of hurting because of that. Right now, our signups are. We're at 32 compared to last year's 51 signed up right now. So they were able to hand out stuff at school starting. I got stuff at enrollment, but people do stuff online now. So
You said basketball's before Christmas? Sorry.
basketball is going to end before Christmas. Yeah.
So how many games then are you looking at?
How many games for
Just
which?
four?
Four weekends for football and volleyball.
Okay,
I believe they'll play double headers.
Basketball's what, 6?
6.
6.
Yeah.
Is there particular age groups or?
It goes by 2, so first and second, third and fourth, fifth and sixth.
Yes.
Are you short any?
Yeah, that's what I was.
Oh.
You're short on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Okay.
Third and fourth grade, boys and girls flag football, we have 2. Fifth and sixth grade, girls and boys flag football, we have 1. Kindergarten through second grade, boys and girls flag football, we have 6. Youth cheer, we have 4. Youth volleyball for first and second, and that's internally done, we only have 4. Third and fourth grade volleyball, we have 5, and fifth and sixth grade volleyball, we have 10.
And I've put a post out tonight, and I've texted all of those parents that have signed up to, get their friends signed up. And I texted everybody that signed up last year to get signed up this year.
Posted on Hater Happenings.
Okay, yeah, I have been cross-posting on Mount Hope and even Adam Hicks. Yeah, I'm going to talk to the league about that. I think that's hurting us pretty big doing that.
I know at the meeting that they decided to do that, it was due to the majority of some of the bigger cities were in the league with to try and make it because they were getting enough complaints because it was one of those presidents that it was basketball and then we would have to make up games and others.
So we did talk about other ideas, maybe internal, like 3-on-3 league from, I don't know, 3rd to 8th grade, because middle school basketball also ends before Christmas. So we could do something like that through just Haven Rec. That might be more popular even, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Right now, we also have the walkathon sign up going on, kind of just trying that. We've got 7 signed up. If you guys want to sign up, or should be fun, just way to get out there, walk
I'm
around
trying
the
to say.
You especially get out there and walk.
activity around town.
As long as they're in the height requirement.
I've cleaned up the office a little, done some organizing, and I've got inventory for most of this stuff for baseball and softball now. And I'll just go throughout seasons and doing that. The sign's working, got the LED sign working. I don't know, ordered a lot of new supplies. For our summer recap, we had 136 kids play T-ball through 8th grade. Last year we had 138, including blast ball, but we kind of just made that part of T-ball for this year. Art camp was full in both sessions. Otherwise, just keep them busy. I have a couple questions for you guys. I didn't know when we'd be looking at the pool, how that's going to work next year. I know that's in my job description, but it's just one line right now, so maybe some more detail on that before it gets too close to them. And then I talked to Josephine about this little pay increases that I think should happen. I've kind of talked to the other towns for our officials and scorekeepers. Our scorekeepers are definitely on the lower end. Our field preps also are, so maybe looking at that at some point. And then besides that, Josephine and Andre have been really helpful getting stuff done. So that's about all I got.
Anything else from the table for Brady?
I don't have anything.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for all your hard work.
Discussion regarding the 1 cent sales tax. We've got a lot of criticism, I guess, back off of not doing a sunset. At this current moment, we cannot do anything about that.
Right.
Right.
I've went around with most of the people that have vote no in their yard of why. And that's the number one. They don't disagree with, hey, we need the infrastructure. We need a way to pay for it. And a few people do understand that people outside of this community will pay for a portion of it. I've asked department heads to look into to see what we could do if this does not pass to get something on the November ballot. We do have that. I think we have a 3-week time frame between after this election. We should know if it passes at least by possibly in a week.
I talked to the elected commissioner and she said she would work on it. So, I mean, I physically talked to her and she was like, I could work with y'all, and she kind of just thought that I could go both things. So you might want to.
So that would be, if this does not pass, we go ahead and start that trigger of getting a sales tax question on the November ballot with a sunset.
Did any of them that you talked to with a sunset, did they have any ideas of how to, keep money coming in to do infrastructure later down the line? Because that was also a lot of complaint is the city's never saved for money. So what are they wanting us to do if we, after 10 years, don't collect this anymore?
I don't think the specific, I know we got quite a bit of grief from Wednesday or Thursday meeting about it not being specific enough.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people are still worried about the sunset. Like,
I think people associate the sunset with the accountability. Like they feel like that's like
Correct.
one of the only ways to have accountability
Mm-hmm.
for where it's being spent and making sure it's being spent where it's supposed to be spent. But there's other ways to have accountability,
I
which
mean,
is what I
Well,
try to.
like
we
special
post a
meetings
budget
and
and-
elections.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, we do all that, I mean,
No, I
every
just
2
didn't
weeks,
know since you
so
talked to,
No.
like you said, you
if they
talked to a
gave you
few
any ideas.
No.
and gave, if anybody had given you any ideas.
Shauna brought up, Carmichael said 15 years. I did talk to one and he does financials for a living. And he goes, I understand you guys have could possibly have a 25-year bond. He goes, set it at 20, do a sunset at 20 and then see where you guys are at.
Do they understand that to do a self-imposed sales tax, it's still a general tax that's collected? It's not a special tax? Do people understand that side of it?
They understand that whatever that 1 cent is gonna stay here and it's not just dedicated for.
Right.
Well, anything's better than wholesale increasing property taxes, which is a hot button issue all over the state for every sort of different reason.
Right.
Across every sort of different government.
The Lloyd Group, I did reach out to them about making an ordinance, stating that that money has to be used for a specific reason, and needs to be in its own fund and everything, which that's already planned to be in July. And so our auditors didn't see a problem with the ordinance was created for that, to make sure that it's accountability and, that
Right.
money is directly going where it needs to go, so.
I guess those are things we can talk about once we once we figure out how this is gonna go.
Well, some
I would like kind of a decision, that way we could, if we know by Friday.
I
we
meant the
can-
ordinance thing.
Yeah, we could say, hey, yes, we need to move forward and get it to the county as quickly as possible. So sunset wise, do we want to hold ourselves to we're going to do a 1 cent sales tax?
20%.
Or,
My-
sorry.
my
I'm saying 1
understanding
cent,
is-
Sorry,
1%.
1%.
Is that you can also do a sunset where it's tied to the payment of the bond. So maybe not a year, but like that the bonds are paid off. Whenever that is, if it's earlier, if it's like, but where it's that amount and it only goes with that paid off, where it's not necessarily a 10, but it's the payment of the bond. If that's what you guys want, or if you want to do the 15 years, but up to you.
Well, we've heard 20 years, and this was a guy who does financials, and what was his reasoning? Again,
It just shows responsible, like, hey, once we get 20 years, we're gonna show the community, like, hey, we've been paying this for 20 years. Are we paying it off early? What's the remaining balance of how many years do we need to pay this off? And then ask the voters to say, hey, we've been responsible with your funds for the last 20 years. Here it is.
In that time,
I-
are we not gonna not have the sewer thing come up to be an issue at year 10?
Good.
So then we have to issue another bond, and now we're at another 25 years to repay that bond, so now we are, again, just figuring out how to make sure that that bond is paid. It is the thing. And I understand all the viewpoints, but at the end of the day, we have the electrical problem, we're gonna have the sewer problem. Which is why the wording says to include the infrastructure and list those out, so
and to
I
take
guess,
that,
I know nobody's gonna like this answer, especially you, Adam, but I would prefer not to discuss other options until we know about this.
Okay.
I
agree with you on that.
Because we don't really know
yeah,
where
we're,
we're
That's fine.
sitting.
But if you all want to decide on something.
no, I agree,
just-
we need to see what happens after tomorrow.
Okay. Discussion regarding electrical infrastructure upgrade of Carmichael.
Regardless of all the, election goes tomorrow, I really want to push forward with getting the electrical engineering done. And we do have the funds to do that in the electric fund.
Okay.
That's just so we will have a shovel-ready project if a grant was to come available, anything like that, and we would speed up the whole process of the voltage conversion quicker. If that's, the faster we get the engineering done, which is probably going to take 6 months.
And that includes like phases, if, and how things can be done in phases and that kind of thing, right? Okay. I'm bored with it.
I totally am on board
It
with
would be
it.
a, well, plan set, wouldn't it?
It's the plan,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'd be a plan on how it speed with that. Work to be done.
I say yes, because I feel like we're gonna need to start moving on this
Yeah, I agree.
regardless.
It's not going away.
Yeah.
I
So-
will accurate update what if that does your christening.
Do you need a
So shall motion.
So we need a motion?
Yes.
So Sierra,
Do a lot of work, like work on it.
Sierra motions to have Carmichael get us a firm number on the electrical upgrade.
Second.
Have a second by Nicole. All in favor, say aye.
I,
Motion carries. Discussion regarding workshop on August 12th.
So the workshop was meant to, I guess, work on city staff, not everybody working together. Nicole is not able to make it on the 12th.
I requested it, but my vacation moved back a week, so.
And so I was wondering if you wanted to change that date. I will be honest, Adam, I give you, like, everything has been going great between me and Adam here lately, I feel. Communications there. I know it's always important to have some team building and everything. So I'm not opposed to still moving forward with the workshop. Just put your mind at ease. It has been tremendously better. Like,
I would like to keep it. We can pick a different date. Thoughts?
And I'm happy to join in by Zoom if everybody wants to keep the date. I just,
I have to drive it to the sea that night, and I was gonna come and then go. So if we move it, I will not do that.
And you're not here the 12th, you just said, so
I was never.
So that's it.
We should go
Thoughts
back
from
to
you guys?
October. Like October's a little more calmer month.
just to be honest, I felt like the workshop had to do with the issue, a lot of what you were talking about, and I personally don't feel like we need a workshop moving forward. I think if we want to bring a workshop up at a later date down the road, but I feel like the things that we have implemented and the things that we've put into place, I think we've addressed a lot of the communication issue, and that's just my thoughts.
I think the workshop was, the policies were questioned in an executive session, and it was shot down in the executive session, and then it got brought back up at a meeting later in a normal meeting and open meeting, and I don't think it's needed. I think between legal counsels a couple of years ago and our current legal counsel, I think we're pretty well set on our policies and procedures. Anyone?
Anybody else?
I stick with what I said earlier. Is I would like to have one at a later date, just to keep making sure everything continues to run smoothly.
Well, I'm supportive. I'm supportive of
Sure.
everybody else.
I mean, we've done all the policies and procedures. I pulled out everything before this book and we've already looked through and addressed all of them. The majority of them within the last 6 to 8 months. So if the point is to go back over all the policies and procedures that we've already reviewed, already changed, and already approved, I think it's a redundancy that we might not need to have. But if there's something else that we want to accomplish with it, then I am for that.
Sure. It's kind of my same thought process is just since I've been on, we've done a lot of policies and I know things, unlike you, we need to make sure things are still staying current and still saying everybody's on the same page. So is this, and please tell me if I'm thinking wrong, is this more of a, let's make sure things are running smoothly. If we do have questions on certain things, like, is this more of like, just like a catch up kind of your thought process?
I mean, yes, and there are policies that are contradicting each other. So like employee evaluations, in one spot it says every year, in one spot it says biannually. So just things like that have been caught, and then just coming back to ensuring that we have policy in place for like the mandatory meeting, because that was just something we decided, but it's not in policy, or, ensuring communication's done how we've discussed. And the purpose of policy is to come back and have something to fall back on, not just be like, oh, don't you remember that meeting this date or 6 months ago or whatever?
Yeah.
We talked about this or that. Does that make sense? So like, the request for financials, however often, and which I know things are going to change with Edmonds GovTech, but yeah, it was more like just to make sure people are on the same page and we're moving forward.
Kind of the employee thing. Remember I don't think Adam was here, but we had discussed that we were going to start doing them, or we were going to ask that they be done in
April
before
Appointments.
yes, before reappointments. And so there's nothing
I
saying.
know, and that's why I was asking.
Yeah.
It was like more of like a catch those little things as you pointed out, like the conflicting here. kind
And
of
just
thing.
like a blanket, like expectations. I feel like that's been a lot of the problem is we all clearly have different expectations of different things. So like just coming together and discussing what those expectations are so that moving forward, and then when we're not here, the next council can understand where those expectations
No, I
came
got you.
from.
That's-
And
Mhm.
that was a lot of my thought process.
So are we in agreement? Then obviously we need to move the
Here.
date.
Sherry was a no. You were a no. Shelley, you were no. What do you?
If we have it, I'll be here no matter what. So
That's where I'm at. Go.
I have a better.
We're gonna have
I
it.
now have a better idea of like the thought process behind it.
So you're okay.
Yeah.
You would like to move
Yeah.
it. Okay. So
Three,
3.
obviously we need to.
I mean, I'll be here. I just
Same here.
don't necessarily.
I'm just trying to
Like-
see how many
Yeah.
say no, because if 3 people say no, then you don't need to move it.
Let's pick October 5th.
Is October 5th. All right.
I don't think I have anything that day. Few weeks, months out.
That just should be close out.
We have it on.
Can we have it on like 6 o'clock?
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, I'll make a motion to move the workshop to October 5th at 6 p.m.
Sierra moves.
Second.
Shelley seconds. All in favor, say aye. Motion carries. We have a resignation of our city treasurer effective January 1, 2027. So that means we have 5 months to 4 months, 5 months to get her a replacement. And
That
to,
means, um,
right, so
Okay. I didn't have any questions with the description. Did anybody else?
I did.
I did.
You did?
Mhm.
Okay. What's your question?
On the description, for the key duties, on the verify and maintain.
let's accept her resignation and then go through 6.
Make a motion to accept Julie Pfeffer's resignation.
Sarah moves,
I'll second.
Corey seconds, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, Shelley. The verify and maintain accurate records of all city receipts. That just sounds like a big jumbled mess to me. Or am I just reading too much into it? Does it sound like a big jumbled mess? To verify under the key duty,
Like,
the first one?
you guys have like the double, where like you do it and then you have to have someone
So the
that looks at
process,
like a second pair of eyes.
yeah, this job position, she comes in once a month, for a day at most. She comes in, she puts in every check and she just cross-verifies everything I've already done with my reconciliation, that she has her own spreadsheet, and she has her own, data that she has inputted, and we make sure that our city funds and our sweeps funds match each other from what I reconciled to what she reconciled.
And this is usually, I don't know, acquired by our auditors, but it's something that the auditor.
Yeah, you get two set of eyes, no, always.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I read it and I was like, huh? And then what program I think we need to have that in there somewhere of what program is used, whether it's just a spreadsheet or books or QuickBooks.
Well, right now she uses Excel.
Okay.
So that's where all of the data that she inputs.
Will this position use Edmunds?
So it's gonna be.
And when is that supposed to go live?
December.
Okay.
So, it will be a training for the new person, which is kind of is a positive that, you know, because it's, she would be learning something new without knowing something old first. I put this in to see if there was anything you wanted to change as far as the job posting. I sent it last minute to Kendra, so that's my fault that it's not, more documents aren't in here. But looking through our files, the job description was actually, the only thing I can find about this job description was in an ordinance. And so it was never put to its own Word document. And so Kendra and I are gonna work on the actual job description, making sure it's formatted correctly. But it would be nice to have this posted sooner than later, since she has already given, we've accepted, even if it is January 1st, because like I said, it's a once a month. It's a once a month job. And the sooner we get it filled, the sooner we can start trying to get familiarized with what the process is.
Financial oversight, so accountability.
So is there anything specifically that you're thinking about adding or changing, or is it just really translating the format? Okay.
Well, what you have in front of you is what I'm asking of you for the job, post, not the job description.
Gotcha, okay.
What's the salary of 2,500?
Yeah. Well, it's up to you on what you would like to start this off at. Like I said, it is a 1 day a month position.
Do you know by chance what? No.
Her current?
No.
Oh.
I meant like other cities. No. I would like to
I
try
would
to.
have to look into that, but some city treasurers are full-time positions. and
Okay.
So, and some, other cities have elected treasurers.
I just didn't want to like throw out a number and it'd be like, I don't know.
Crazy.
No.
Yeah, crazy low.
Crazy low.
Either
Like
way.
I would like to, I know that nobody's gonna like this, but I would like to possibly lower from what it's at now if.
No, I definitely, from what she's at, she has 10 years longevity.
Right.
She's been with
You know,
us.
she has a lot of, and so my my recommendation is the financial reason would be, at a
I just didn't know what a good lower number is.
But still over.
I think something for this, something with it sounding like basically this is used out of Excel is having something in the writing of, Excel's knowledge.
Okay.
Shoot, I have Excel knowledge.
But it's going to admin.
Yeah, but at least to start,
Yeah.
to have that backup, I guess.
So you want in, would you like to put that in a
Qualification.
Yeah, like.
Like some job
Word in Excel.
knowledge.
Do you have a number?
Or, yeah, their efficiency in list.
I mean, it's 6 hours a day, one day a month. Like, that's not,
And she's here pretty much from 8 to what?
She comes in usually
I
about
wouldn't think any more than
nine
what a
to
bank teller's
two, 9 to 3.
$3 an hour, $10,
Yeah,
something
she
like
works
that.
3 months, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
This is
it's not,
the
it's
perfect
not
job
like
for
she's
somebody who's
manually
retired.
calculating everything, she's just verifying.
Could be an elected.
We are not adding on elected, no.
I would say $100 a day, basically, which is $1,200 minimum.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I would be thinking, something like that. It doesn't break down my eyes, I'm not.
I mean, it's a salary position for another back
Would
right
be-
now.
it could be
So
equal to
we do the whole year.
Yeah,
So we could do something like $100 a day? No, I was asking you, sorry, just because of salary wise, like when we word it. Thoughts?
I would say
I would go.
that I would do a yearly salary and not per day, just because.
Right.
The fact of
Come in.
if it is a more than one day, that especially starting off.
well, and then it has independent oversight over everything that we're doing, so maybe a little higher,
1,800?
maybe 1,800.
I'd still go over, I'd go less than 2,500. Just get the people in to be willing to do it.
I like 1,800 number. Shelley?
Throwing numbers in my head, kind of. When you figure right now, she's getting what? $200 a month? Okay.
I mean, at 2,500, that's $208.
Should a motion, a motion,
Essentially, no, criminal, about what, an hour, you're
Say
I'll
400.
just say this, as being just going through the hiring process, people don't like in this salary, they want to know what they're getting per hour. So, I mean, that's kind of been one of the things that I'm always asked, what is per hour? So,
So she's pretty much a big.
I don't know, I mean, it's just a thought, and but take it for what you want.
I think $25 an hour. What if you put both?
You go for what $25 an hour is for,
6 hours.
Well, because then, right out.
Right.
Boy,
That's less than I usually do. Well, that was $20.
Does anybody have a
I mean, we could break it down to hourly, but
If you, at $30 an hour, then 6 hour day, you're looking at 2160 for a salary. For like the year.
My thing just to think about is like,
Yeah.
starting off, it'll take longer to learn it, so then you're paying more, and then,
Mm-hmm.
but you want maybe someone that's proficient, that maybe could do it in the 6 hours.
Right, like
But
what
it's
if,
still the same amount, you don't wanna, so it cuts both ways.
it needs to be a salary position, but
this one's gonna have to be, yeah.
it always has been. It always
Well,
kind of should.
I had 1,800 pretty much, but I think at $25 an hour, I was getting 1,800. So I say 2,000 as a salary is what I'm thinking.
Table.
I mean, I think that sounds fair.
2K a year. Shelley.
Yeah.
Zero. Nicole.
Yeah.
I need a motion, and I posted it. If you're all right posting this, that's what you're wanting to do with a salary of 2K a year. I need a motion for that.
Make a motion.
Have a motion by Sherry. Need a second.
I'll second that.
Corey seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. City clerk updates.
So tomorrow, Andrea is going to be out of the office because Edmonds is doing a 6-hour approval on data, so we can't be on the computer that whole time, so I told her that taking a day off and so they could use her computer to do all the data pool. We are still on track to going live in December. Things going really well on that. KMIT, I met with them not too long ago. Their workman's comp. We got silver, not gold, just because they judge us off of workman's comp and stuff. But they gave us some material that we can earn extra points to get a bigger discount next year. So starting this Thursday, we as department heads are going to alternate every month, pick a subject out of the safety manual, the safety book, and we're going to do a safety course once a month, every Thursday, right after court. And so doing that will give us some credit towards having a bigger discount on our payment bill next year. Okay. Other than that, I don't have anything else unless you guys have any questions for me.
Any questions?
I just want to say you're doing a really good job with all of the tax stuff, so I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Emma. Carmichael.
Mayors was in town this last week and did their yearly sewer jetting. Got the southeast corner edge of town jetted. They didn't find anything bad, which is great. All went really smooth. Didn't even get any complaints of anybody having sewer shot out of the toilets or anything. So, flawless. Generator at the water plant. The motor we put in it 3 years ago, last Tuesday or Tuesday, during its regular weekly cycle run, decided to explode.
Ready to wear?
Yeah.
Water.
I am getting bids to replace the entire generator this time instead of just the motor like we did 2 or 3 years ago. It will be downsized to fit what the building actually needs compared to the way it was engineered 2013. I've got 2 people who come in and looked at everything. I got one worker that's gonna come and take a look and get his quotes. I haven't got any of the quotes. But in the meantime, we have a trailer generator that we're capable of wiring up to the building if we need to. And we're keeping the water towers full than what we normally do. It normally cycles up and down. This, while we have this, we're keeping it pretty full. So that way it gives us more grace period. We have power outage. We're good for a day, day and a half. Which, on the bright side of things, we fixed the electricity. It's always needed that. Hopefully, not long. And, Pearson's been getting to work finally on Scotts Drive. I got a little water stuff to do. I think we'll start seeing them happen a lot faster.
Have we heard from Five Lines at all? Any complaints at all? Is up there O'Brien looked at their,
Wanting to know why they blocked the street off for
Yeah.
4 days. I just didn't do much. I don't know why. The first 3 days, they didn't do anything, which they could have had it open. The fourth day, they did come in and mark and stake off the area they were gonna dig out. So from that point on, I understand being shut down. Why the previous 3 days? I can,
I wish there was no perfect way to do that. I wish there was a way, because I would have just assumed that they were closed. I mean, just by the way it looked, so.
they weren't upset, but they were just curious to know why.
Sure.
Yeah, they don't tell us anything. They came out, put the signs up, and I thought they'd be there that day or the
Right.
next day to start working, and it wasn't until Thursday.
I was just curious. I mean, that's not on you, but that's, I was thinking about
And
them.
the trailer park management company, they did call me, and all they were concerned about was they were hiring somebody to fill in all their potholes throughout the park, and want to know how long that process was gonna be, because they didn't want to start doing that until that was done. So I kind of let them know, they were good with it.
Okay. I appreciate you putting it in there.
Generator issue as far as funding, we do have some that we're supposed to put back for reserves for maintenance on the water treatment. So we do have,
Yeah. I'm
Funding
trying
into
to
that.
get us a lot smaller generator. Problem was that generator could have powered 7 of those buildings.
How much was put back?
I think we put like $2,000 back a year,
Okay.
something like that.
We'll, when I get some quotes, you'll have a better idea financially where we're at on that. My guess is purely a guess, probably $40,000.
Hey,
Yes, that's just purely a guess.
Would this fall under infrastructure?
Okay.
You know, we already have a fund
I'm just asking a question.
accountability. Anything else, sir?
Oh, by the way, it had been serviced just a month ago. So it wasn't due to neglect, it just, it decided to come apart in a lot of pieces all at once.
Eventually power outages.
Actually, really not.
I think that was a Friday special generator. We've had so many issues with it. Anything else, sir? Mr. Hayden?
Went to, training here the other day, for some of the, KC stuff, criminal justice information, kind of getting prepped up for the audit for that. Thursday, I'm going to be meeting one-on-one with her, well, not quite one-on-one with her auditor, but I happened to get Bueller PD involved as well, because they are they're basically in the same boat we are. So got him involved, and so we're going to collaborate with them and do one training with us together up in Bueller this Thursday morning. So which with our auditor. So and the big elephant that's been out here forever, everybody's been talking about scooter ordinance. What are we doing about scooter ordinances? There's a lot of cities that are posting ordinances around. We actually do have a scooter ordinance, and it is STO number 135. It's in our standardized traffic ordinance. It is posted on our webpage under municipal court and laws. So if any of you guys would like to look that over, there are some other scooter ordinances that are being added to that. It all depends on classifications of the scooters, on how fast they go, how much power they're given, whether they're pedaled, whether they're throttle assist, just the combinations of that. So, and And then there's other talks of regulations of speed and helmets. So with that being said, I'm gonna throw that out there to you guys. I want you guys to discuss it amongst yourselves, or, well, not necessarily amongst yourselves, but
Publicly.
but at least, ponder that, come back to me, tell me what you guys are thinking. I wanna do what's best for the city on it. But anyway,
And I'd say right now, the STO and the UPOP, which is the standard draft ordinance, they just updated it. And so I'm preparing the ordinance to implement the new updated one, which should happen yearly. And so this is a good time because it's in there. So if you do want to change any of it, now is the time
And
in the next month or so.
I think we need to do something because, I mean, Hutch just had some kid get hit on a scooter.
Well, I was
So-
at a dead stop today because I saw the kid on the scooter and he almost just crashed into me while I was stopped.
And
I
was
noticed that
coming
also
weaving
had
down the road all the way.
Something on
I'm
their
like,
agenda
It's a big, yeah.
as well.
it's a big deal. I mean, everybody's complaining about them. Of course, legislation doesn't keep up with them as quick as they are manufacturing and changing this stuff and getting it produced. So, just with that being said, I want you guys, think about what you would like to see in it. I know one of let's see if I think it's Olathe, Overland Park.
I think Olathe. I've been given Olathe to be like, look at
It's-
this.
But, yeah, Olathe, but it's one of the O cities up north, so, has a 15 miles an hour speed limit on them. And, part of the, shoot me down if I'm wrong here, if you're thinking, but, one of the things I've kind of thought about is they've got, they say they cannot be operated on sidewalks. So, this is purely Matt's opinion. This is not necessarily Haven PD's opinion, but it's Matt's opinion. I would much rather see a scooter on the sidewalk than in the street.
I've seen,
But I do not, during, like, on business district,
no,
definitely do not want them, I would like to see them if they're blocked on business district.
I had a kid almost get taken out by a door. Like, it
So-
was
The
it was
thing with the
bad.
sidewalks though, and I agree, because something needs to be put in place, but we've got some I watched a kid flip off of it because the sidewalk wasn't leveled. So, I mean, yes, we need to figure something out.
Stuff that are that way too.
Yeah.
I mean, they got wheels on them this big around,
No, I know, but I'm just, we've got to take that into
I'm
consideration.
more worried about people getting taken out when you're flying down a sidewalk.
Because the doors open out and then they
Yeah,
open
especially
up.
along here. but-
That's what I said during especially like a business district, the sidewalks are right up next to the buildings. In a residential zone, the sidewalks are.
I rather than get hit by a door than
and
a
I've
car.
seen speed limits that are different on sidewalks than are on the,
So
there's
there's,
all of that you guys.
that's why I'm just throwing.
Checking,
these
no,
are just-
yeah.
This is a brainstorm with it, so I just want you
Well, I
guys to think
agree,
about
I'm
these
just saying.
things.
A door hurts less than
We'll
a
bring
car.
those back to the table.
I'd say get out, talk to your people and that you see right, ask what they would.
Full on.
I mean,
Negative.
I know there's a lot of kids out there that just absolutely love these things, and to be honest, there's a lot of these things that are running around out here that are, for a lack of another term, they're not much more than a motorcycle. I mean,
Yeah.
it's less than
Seen
a
a few of
motorcycle.
those.
And,
Some kids could
and
still
we
ride
regulated
them.
the heck out of the motorcycles when they were back, when they first came out.
I kinda wanna
So,
try.
Yeah, and so,
I'll go back
those
to
are
the
just some thought
parenting.
processes
I'll
that
case
we're,
study for
I'm
guys
gathering some stuff up
on
too,
the
but
sidewalk.
anyway.
What else you
Appreciate it,
got?
Matt.
Is that it?
Um,
Anything from Matt?
No.
All right.
Appreciate it. You're gonna make the citizens of Haven a little bit happier now that you're talking scooter ordinance.
I'll piss a lot of them.
Well, it'll be a fun topic to read on Haven.
Executive session.
How long do we need?
I'm gonna say it's not gonna take very long.
So 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
5 minutes.
5 minutes? I move the governor and body recess into executive session for 5 minutes pursuant to the non-elected personnel exception to discuss an employee evaluation with the mayor, the council mayor, the city attorney present. Open meeting to resume at 7:56.
I have a motion, need a second?
What, it's the employee to be in.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Not at first.
Oh, okay.
I have a motion, need a second.
Second.
Have a second, all fair, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
So I can't move up too much.
Okay, I promise. Sorry, I did. I'll bend your ear about y'all's scooter ordinance.
employee plus, out of, you know, I'm like, where you go? That's all. I wanted you to see that all.
Gotcha. Good for you for refraining.
Back from executive session, no binding action taken. There should be a council concerns. Sherry,
I don't have any right now.
Ms. Shelley,
I had, in reading the minutes from the July 27th meeting, because it was somebody, I guess, had seen him or whatever, brought it up to me that we were taking money out of an electric fund when we're in the middle of the situation we're in for the library
For a
board.
lot of.
we do,
That's what I'm asking,
we transfer a lot out of our electric fund
because I was
into,
at work when I got the call and I was like, I was in the middle of the situation, didn't have time to look at it, and I was like, let me research this.
That's how the city basically functions.
Yeah, our
Is our electric
whole
fund.
budget.
Well, and that's why I was,
is
that's why I was asking.
Is mostly electrical funded. So
That's why I was asking, because like I said, I was in the middle of the situation at work when I got the call, and I was
my
like,
pay, his pay, Andrea's pay, treasurer's pay.
Okay.
A lot of the library, yeah, there's a lot.
okay.
a lot of transfers out of there.
Okay.
We've been audited and we do get dinged every once in a while or suggested that, hey, try not to do as many.
Gotcha. Like I said, I was
That's
busy and I
kinda
was
why
like, let me ask
at
the
the-
question.
Thing on Thursday, we were saying like all of that would go away.
Mhm.
The parks, the library, all of that. If,
Mhm.
If we didn't have our own. electric
Revenue. No, yeah.
So thank you.
Ms. Nicole,
My only thing is should we start looking at the budget and things that we might have to cut next year to pay the rest of whatever kind of bond? Like, I know there's a time frame on engineering, you know, and obviously we're not going to be taking the bond out for a while, but what kind of does that time frame look like? As opposed to increasing property taxes or utility rates where we can cut budget.
Well, how about next meeting, we go over it and have a workshop instead of just doing the budget, me and the R&R on the 8th. So, work for you?
Works.
well, we're still gonna have to approve the budget.
Right. but
And
if
we wouldn't have a
monthly
budget.
Workshop.
And we could maybe put like a list, just priority wise. This is the first thing we would cut.
And we
That's my
wouldn't, we
thought,
wouldn't
I
have
guess.
a bond payment necessarily until 2028's budget.
And that's fine. I'm just thinking in the interest of transparency when we should start talking about it, because I'm sure we're gonna get community input. You know what I mean? Like, oh no, I'd rather have parks cut, or I'd rather have EDC cut, or I'd rather have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just in the interest of kind of trying to start putting a priority list together. I don't know.
Well, if
That's-
it's not, I mean,
Timeline wise,
It
we're
would
gonna
be
be looking
beginning
at
of 20
28 before we probably have a bond payment? Like what does that potentially look like?
28 or 27, we start working on 28. So, I mean,
I think the city will get a foot on it.
Even if it's just discussion, you
Right.
know, nothing major.
And what day is the R&R?
number 8.
That's the day we did it. Okay, thank you. Somebody will come this year.
A different direction after tomorrow.
Okay,
That will help.
That'll make a big difference in how
Right.
discussions go.
sure,
So,
sure.
I
Well,
agree with you on
regardless, I think we're gonna have to start trimming some fat.
Anything else, maybe?
That's all I have.
Zero.
No.
I was approached today, so the Airbnb that we have in town is thinking about selling, was approached by a realtor, and they kind of advised the person interested in buying it, of what they would need to do to maybe possibly change how that's set up as far as a special use permit. The people that are possibly wanting to buy it, I want to have a business downstairs and have a single,
Especially use it through zoning, and so we probably shouldn't talk about it here. because-
well, I just want to see if council, what their thoughts
That's what I'm trying to think, because it has to go through zoning, and that's a quasi judicial, and then this is a pro se conversation, and we just dealt with this in another city, and so that is my thing, is that I don't want to get their opinion about it on the, because they should wait until it gets to them in order for it not to be a conflict.
Well,
So this is
let-
zoning and
let
then
me
comes
ask you
to
this
us?
question. If that person would come to the council and ask that on open,
I would then say that you all cannot give opinion. Because you'll be sitting in a quasi judicial role, and you have to wait till the hearing comes and have all the facts, and you can't show that you've been swayed by it without having all the facts. And I would help you all by gently telling them, thank you for sharing that, and then when the public hearing happens, you all can have that conversation. But it has to go through the zoning process, because that's.
well, and I understand that.
Okay, I just don't want,
Here's the-
and you can say like, here's
Well,
but I just don't want opinions
the,
shared.
the
because-
reason why I'm asking or discussing this is that kind of hinders on if that individual
By the,
buys it, you know, he,
and then
a
so,
roundabout way wants to figure out, you know, is it even an option?
the
or-
property
or-
owner that is current can do an application, and then they can go through the zoning and, get that fast tracked and get the answer that way, and we can't say like,
buyer.
and we can't say like, this is how I think I would vote. Because that could
Okay.
cause,
Under- Okay.
sorry, I'm like,
Nope, it's fine.
I mean,
So it goes to zoning and then it comes to
Just the-
this
Yeah.
table.
Yes.
It's
Oh,
not
sure.
like other.
And I knew that, but.
yeah, and so it needs to go to zoning first, and an application can be put by the property owner now and can say, will you do this? And they can get it approved before they buy. And that can be part of it. We won't buy it unless that gets.
Well, will that screw up their current special use permit now?
No, and you can, and they could say, put that in everything stays the same, but if it gets purchased, then it can be changed, and that can be a pretty standard. I just don't want you all to give your opinion without having it achieved that.
Okay,
You'll be approved. Yeah.
all right, well, that's it.
Okay.
If there's nothing else at the table, I need a motion to adjourn.
I don't have any concerns.
Oh, sorry.
I don't have any.
Agenda.
Just
Right
so-
over you.
I know,
Next
just,
agenda.
just so you know, I don't have any concerns.
I can see all the girls first. So, one ballot results, and one probably just generic stuff. So,
Okay,
I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Corey moves.
Second.
Sierra seconds on for say aye.
Aye.
Let's
Do you
carry.
feel heard now?
So I do.
These are on you.
Uh-oh.
Adam had it. I said it right next to him. Well, it is. I was like, I didn't take it.
If there is somebody and you want to send them away, I can help block location and then get that going.